Hello. In this demonstration, I am going to show you how to use web themes on Turbo 360 to quickly and conveniently integrate some basic HTML UI that looks a little bit more than just your standard Bootstrap and regular raw HTML elements. So Turbo comes with a handful of themes out of the box that you can just integrate, and we're adding more and more themes on a regular basis, so that number should grow as time goes on. So in this demonstration, I'm going to show you how to integrate a couple of these themes, and that's it. So let's get started. So first thing you want to do is make sure you have all the right tools and whatnot. So I am running Node version 6.10. If you do not have that, if you have version 4 or less, that's going to be too old. So you want to upgrade, go into this website and make sure you have the LTS version, and you should be good to go. And then we also need to install Webpack globally. And then you also need to install Gulp globally. Now you may already have these, so if you already have these, don't worry about it. But if you're completely new to Turbo, you may not have these. And then last is you need to have the Turbo CLI installed, and that should be good to go to get started. So once you have all that ready to go, we can get started. So first thing we want to do is create a new project. I'm going to call it theme demo, and then cd into it, and then run the npm install. And this is going to install some packages to get everything up and running. That takes about a minute. So while that's happening, navigate to Turbo, and I'm just going to log out real quick so I can do this from scratch. Okay, if you do not have an account, scroll down to here and sign up for a free account. It's all free, so none of this costs money. You can just go ahead and sign up. If you do have an account, log in. So I'm going to do that right now. And then we're going to create a new project. I'm going to call it theme demo. Theme demo. And then we want to grab the app ID. This is your unique app identifier on Turbo, which we will need to connect our local source code, our local project, to the remote. So the installs are done over here, so let's go ahead and connect our app. And now we are good to go. So let's find our project, which is right here, and open it up in a text editor. I'm using Sublime. So the index.html is our current home page. So if we do turbo dev server and then navigate to localhost 3000, you will see the current home page from the project. So it doesn't give you much to work with. It's very basic. Normally what you would do is remove all of these contents, just remove all this and replace it with your own stuff. So your own HTML, your own CSS, all that stuff. However, for a lot of people, that's a lot of work because of the design can take a long time. So if you want to just get something up and running right away from a design standpoint, you can install a Turbo theme. So Turbo comes with a handful of themes out of the box that you can just integrate. If you want to see what those themes are, you type in Turbo themes, and it'll give you a menu of themes. These come from HTML5up.net. So periodically we go through this and we add these themes to the Turbo platform. So here are the themes currently on Turbo as of this date. This is late August 2017. So if I want to install the Hyperspace theme, what I do is Turbo theme, and then I type in Hyperspace and I press enter. And that will reconfigure the Turbo scaffold to include the Hyperspace theme, to render the Hyperspace theme instead of this default content. So that usually takes a few seconds. It looks like it's done. So now we can do turbo dev server and then reload localhost. And here we have hyperspace. And it's all good to go. And if you go back to the source code, you will see that the index.html has been changed to render the hyperspace theme. So that was a successful conversion. So if we want to try another theme, we go back here, turn off the dev server, and then turbo themes. And here's our menu again, and then we can try editorial instead and see how that looks. So turbo theme editorial. So now it's recompiling the assets, and now it's done. So now if I run the dev server and I reload, now I see a whole new theme, the editorial theme. And that's it. It's as simple as that to swap out themes on Turbo. And to show you how this works in a React-based project, so I'm going to remove this demo project, cd to my desktop. I'm going to remove this project and scaffold a whole new one, Turbo new theme demo, but this time I'm going to include the React flag. So this is going to scaffold a React Redux project instead of just a regular, HTML, CSS, JavaScript project. So here, the project is now, I rescaffolded it for React Redux. I'm going to run the npm install, cd into the project, run the install. And then I'm going to go back to my Turbo dashboard. And grab the app ID so that I can connect the project to the application on the remote again. This time the installs take a little bit longer because it's installing React Redux modules like Redux and specifically React Redux and things like that. So it takes a little bit longer, but it's the same general thought process. It's preparing the project for development. So here we could open this up and you'll see that the src directory contains all of the React Redux code. So this is the entry point for the React project. It gives you a couple basic components, very, very simple components, and then the entire Redux environment at the most basic level. So constants, reducers, stores, etc. Gives you the Webpack, a basic Webpack build configuration, a very, very basic Webpack configuration file, and it's a ready to go React project. So once this is done, we can run the dev server, and then it'll render the React project right away. So there's the Webpack build. It just built the Webpack. It just ran the Webpack build process. Now it's just compiling some CSS and JavaScripts using gulp. And now it's done. Now we can run the Turbo dev server, and then it's going to load the project, but this time it'll be a React Redux project. So it looks a little bit different, but these are React Redux components. So really just React components, but using Redux, connected to Redux. So now we can do the same thing here with themes. So if I do Turbo themes, here we don't have as many themes because these are the React configured themes, but it's the same idea. So if I want to install this theme, Prologue, I can do Turbo theme Prologue, and it'll do the same idea. It'll just install that theme and configure it, but the difference is this is a theme that's React compliant. So the theme has been organized into React components that are ready to go. You can just import components and reuse them, or model your own components with those components from the theme. So if I reload localhost, I'm now looking at the Prolog theme. But again, just to reiterate, this is the Prolog theme organized into React components. So if I look at this, the index entry point for the React code, you'll see a component called elements right here, which comes from the theme directory, which is right here. So if you look at the elements component, you'll see it's really just a lot of HTML compliant with the Prolog theme that we implemented. And then if the entire directory contains a series of components, basically just basic presentation components that are that come with this theme. So the theme has been organized into small React components that you can reuse in different parts of your project. So yeah, that's it. So that's how you integrate a turbo or swap out a turbo theme. I'm going to do one more. So turbo themes. And let's try hyperspace again. Turbo theme hyperspace. Okay, that's done, and then we can do the dev server again. And then when we reload, we will see hyperspace, which is the same as before, but now it's in a series of React components. So if I go back here, you will see that they're in the theme directory. We see the elements component, which uses the subcomponents from hyperspace. So there's the sidebar, footer, and these are all over here. Footer, form, these are all the elements. So in your own project, what you would normally do is take a component like this and create your own component using this as your initial base of content, and then render your own content instead. So that's it. Hopefully this helps your development process be faster and more convenient for integrating a theme. And in another demo, I'll show you how to integrate your own custom theme from a theme marketplace like ThemeForest or someplace like that, so that you're not tied to these themes in here. You don't have to use one of these. You can use any of your own, but these are just pre-configured for your convenience, which I find to be very helpful in terms of getting something up and running very quickly. So that's it. That's how you use a theme on Turbo projects. Hopefully that helps. And if you have any questions, comments, or suggestions, please feel free to contact me at this email, and I'll be sure to get back to you. And that's it. Thanks for watching, and I will catch you in the next demo.